Alright, so there are plenty of GTA 6 wishlist videos all over YouTube, and a lot of them have some awesome ideas. I even made one a few years back. Do not go watch it, it is painfully boring. That's what happens when you're in the middle of lockdown and you want to do something other than rewatch The Office for the 12th time. What I wanted to do here was make my GTA 6 need list. These are things that for me GTA 6 absolutely needs to have in order to become the best open world game we've ever seen. But obviously I've tried to keep it realistic. I'm not going to be like, oh, GTA 6's map should be the Earth.
You make me want to emigrate.
Alright, now that we got that out of the way, for number 1, GTA 6 needs to allow us to play as aliens. I'm wondering how many of you bought that. No, that's not my number 1. Obviously, I'm going to miss some stuff, and that's where you guys come in the comments, because this is my need list of what I think it needs to have to be a great open world game. And honestly, I might end up making a part 2 because there's so much stuff. And I want to cross off a few really obvious Allen Iverson, we talking about practice layups that they definitely got to have in this game. The game is no doubt going to be incredibly graphically improved from GTA 5 obviously, but also from Red Dead 2. I know a lot of people are looking at the leaked footage last year in pre-alpha like, oh, this looks terrible, which I think is just stupid. But Red Dead 2 is over 5 years old, and GTA 6 is going to be the first Rockstar game to be developed for the current gen of consoles. We're going to see a sizable graphical jump. The next one I want to cross off super quick, attention to detail. Rockstar slam dunks their attention to detail in every single one of their games, and we're going to see some more mind-blowing squirrels with daily routines type details in the next game for sure. Next up, if you guys watch this channel for any amount of time, you know that you could basically call me the enterable building lover. It's one of the main reasons why Saints Row 2 is my favorite game of all time, because there's so many dense, decked out interiors that you could tell the developers put so much care and love into. It's also one of the reasons why the Saints Row reboot made me sick to my stomach, but that's a topic for another day. It just adds a whole deeper layer to the exploration aspect of the game, like being able to go in malls, factories, warehouses, stores, restaurants, all over the city. It just adds so much more potential for discovery, funny moments, or just immersion in general. I highly doubt every single building will be enterable, but I want to see less set dressing, which, if you don't know what I mean by that, I mean buildings, and more specifically businesses that it looks like you should be able to enter, but that you just can't. There's nothing worse than seeing a super cool building that looks like ripe to be explored, walking up and realizing, oh, there's nothing in it. There's no substance to it. It's just background, like set dressing for like a play or something. Next up, improved AI. Now, the AI from GTA 5 to Red Dead 2 took a massive leap, and I was so pleased with how the AI was in Red Dead 2. But GTA 6 needs to take a jump even from that. I want to see a huge difference in the intelligence of the cops from GTA 5 to GTA 6, and look, if I clip somebody's friend or family member or something, not everybody's just going to immediately ditch them like a sack of potatoes and pretend like they never existed in the first place. Some people will, but I want to see some more depth and nuance in the NPCs. Next up, improved ragdoll physics. Now this one's a gimme, right? I mean, every game we've seen from Rockstar Games, the ragdoll physics have been improved, and I've loved the Euphoria physics for as long as I've seen them. So I'm not really worried about this one not happening, but it's still a need for me. Especially when somebody gets run over or is falling from a high distance, I don't want them to immediately become completely limp. GTA 5 did a pretty good job of this, but again, in GTA 6, it needs to be even better, and by a sizable margin. Next up is money spending. I want to be genuinely incentivized to earn money. Like, wow, oh my gosh, if I get that money, I can own 3 or 4 burger shots across Vice City, and I can go inside and explore them. They all look different. I can monitor them, check out the employees, how the business is running. Or like, you know how much I would grind to earn money if you could buy the football stadium in Vice City? Something like that. I want it to be more fleshed out and creative. Obviously, the various weapons and car customization you can spend your money on, that's always going to be cool, and that's going to be even more fleshed out, and I'm always going to love spending my money on that stuff. But that gets old after a little while, and at that point, I'm going to want to spend my money on other stuff, and that's where I think Rockstar really needs to come through. I'm calling it now, catch me owning all the burger shots in Vice City. Next one is pretty much already confirmed, but I really hope they take a page out of Red Dead 2's book for the animals and the animal AI, because that would be a ridiculously huge step up from the animals in GTA 5. Especially like in the swamps and the countryside of Florida, I'd love to see some of that Red Dead 2 level animal intelligence, whereas in GTA 5, you spook a deer, it'll run like 10 feet away and then immediately forget that you even spooked it and just go back to eating grass. Basically, I just don't want all the animals to act like Dory. Next up, I want some serious weapon variety, and no, that doesn't mean 5 different types of ARs. I think this game needs to dip its toe into San Andreas Saints Row 2 weapon variety territory. Now, obviously, games back then were way more cartoony, so it was so much easier to get away with putting like a chainsaw in the game. So obviously, I'm not expecting them to go that far, but still, get creative with it. Or at least just give me a flamethrower. Please. Next up, this game needs some deep Easter eggs to feed the mystery hunters who play these Rockstar games. Man, that's always a fun time when a new Rockstar game comes out and then YouTube just gets like flooded with Easter eggs and mysteries and all this stuff. I love that. They've got to go deeper on some of them here though. It's cool to have the little movie references and oh look cool, that's a cool little Easter egg seeing Nico on the computer, but I want them to go deep on a few of them, especially an alien Easter egg, because they've been teasing it for how many games now. I think this is the game where they gotta dig a layer deeper with the alien Easter egg stuff. Especially after that goddamn Mount Chiliad mystery. Rockstar Games, do you know how much time I spent staring at a virtual wall in a video game trying to decode this? Way too much. Next up, I know the story's gonna be good, it always is with Rockstar, but I just hope it can be even just close to as good as Red Dead 2's, and I'd be happy. Next up, I want some of that Red Dead 2 gore, because that was awesome, and honestly, I was not expecting it from Rockstar when the game came out, so when I found out, oh wow, they really took things up a notch here, I was impressed. Next up, I might be one of the few people who actually enjoyed stuff like tennis and golf in GTA 5, but I want to see the return of some classic activities from San Andreas, or something like that. Again, show some creativity here, Rockstar, and fill the map with awesome, varied activities. And lastly, multiple cities. As happy as I am to be going back to Vice City, and obviously no matter what, that's going to be like the main area of the game, you gotta have more than one hotspot here. And from the leaks and the info, it seems like we will. Which, by the way, if Disney World actually is in the game, I am so hyped and I cannot wait to visit that in GTA. That'll do it for me on this one, guys. I'm definitely going to make a part 2 because I have a lot more ideas, but I also want to get yours in the comments. And if you want to see that part 2, you have to smash the like button to let me know that you want it. And I'm going to throw in some of your ideas down below for that video. But if you want to see that, like and subscribe if you're new for more GTA content. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.